What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube land? It's Jim George Baker, also known as the Anime Reviewer, and I will be coming to you with a anime review, of a heavily Japanese influenced series, very Japanese influence. It's called Tokyo Majin, and yeah, like I said, this is a very Japanese influenced show. A lot of Japanese sayings and meanings and all that stuff. I mean, you're gonna. I mean, this is. But yeah, I mean, just the name alone, that should let you know this is gonna be a very Japanese show. Yeah, this is gonna be. Yeah, again, the show is called Tokyo Majin, and pretty much it's about a Japanese demon that tries to cause complete chaos throughout Tokyo and all of Japan, if not the world, by controlling certain people with special powers. And the way he controls them is by influencing them with dark desires, whether it's revenge or whatever. And then in turn, and then in return, the people that he influences with these powers, they end up influencing regular people with pretty much doing the they yeah they influence regular people with dark desires and all that stuff. So pretty much it's pretty much he's like, from her as the Japanese devil is a he's a puppet, and he controls he's like a puppet master who controls puppets, and then the puppets control the other puppets. So it's like I don't know what you call that. Yeah, it's like some kind of structure thing, hierarchy crap. Everybody just being pawns for everybody else. That's pretty much, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And pretty much I just get into the our cast. I'm gonna get into the main characters of the story, and I'll try to get into their little backstory a little bit, um, or at least a couple of their backstories. But yeah, you got Koichi, who's the main character. He's the main character. Pretty much his thing is he has special powers. Yeah, all the main cast, they have special powers. And not just and there's other people who have special powers, but the main cast, they have special powers. Yeah, but again, back to the main character, Koichi. He's the guy with the wooden sword. Yeah, apparently his powers is to, yeah, he pretty much has a wooden sword that he uses his powers to yeah, well, his powers increases the wooden sword potential, whatever, and he pretty much can just, he kicks ass with other people. He's a badass who kicks ass with a wooden sword. And pretty much he's like a jerk. He's a jerk who's a pervert who says profanity, lots of it, lots of profanity coming out of his mouth, dropping f bombs here and there. Um, he hits on teachers and disrespects people and all that stuff, and says very disrespectful things to people. So yeah, that's pretty much him. Yeah, that's pretty much him. But I'm gonna get into his little backstory a little bit. Yeah, pretty much I think it's like his parents died when he was very young, so he's pretty much a little kid running. He starts off as a little kid running out in the streets and terrorizing people. And one day he gets into trouble with a gang of people, and that's when his master steps in and beats the guys up. Who's about to mess f him up, f that little f young Koichi up, and pretty much the master saves him, takes him in, trains him, and he perfects his wind sword skills pretty essentially, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. But something happens with the master. He leaves, and pretty much he gives him away. He gives Koichi away to a brothel. Yes, he gives him away to a brothel full of nothing but transvestite Yeah, transvestites. Pretty much, they're men who dress like women but don't look like women at all. They just look like men with lipstick and wigs on. That's pretty much what they are. So yeah, he grows up having the transvestites look after him, and pretty much he's like a hired samurai, a modern a modern samurai warrior who's for hire, and he's hired to be, to protect the transvestites, and then in return they look out for him, and then so that's pretty much him in a nutshell. You have Aoi, the main female character. She's pretty much like the preppy, polite girl who's always sweet and kind and innocent and all that stuff. Who she's always trying to stick up for the weak and all that stuff, and pretty much she'll even stick up for guys who are scumbags and who probably deserve to get their ass whooped, but she'll stick up for them too when they when they're in a vulnerable position. And you got Kamaki, who's like Aoi's best friend, and she's like the I guess a girly tomboy kind of character. And then you have uh, uh, Yuya, who's like he's like the wrestler. He loves wrestling, but he also likes cooking as well. And I'm gonna get into his backstory a little bit. Yeah, apparently he used to run with the gang, and one of his best friend uh, pretty much killed his own father. Yeah, the best friend killed his father, and and ended up seeing his best friend kill his own father, and the best friend went to jail and said, "Why'd you betray me? Why'd you tell on everybody that I killed my father?" So it's one of those kind of things. And you have Toshua, yeah, Toshua. Yeah, I can't say his name right. Sorry, but yeah, he's pretty much like an orphan kid who got trained under another master, and he also had guardians or foster parents who were an old couple. And that's it. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the main cast. And of course, you have side characters like Anko, who's she's like a little bit of the comic relief, and she's like the news reporter. She's like the news reporter for this high school, Magomi High School, where all the main characters go to. Yeah, they just happen to be at the same high school. That's nice, convenient. But yeah, she's pretty much Uncle is pretty much the news reporter for that high school, and she's always looking up scoops. But yeah, that's pretty much the main cast, and pretty much the story kind of starts off with them not liking each other, like the main cast not liking each other, the main characters not liking each other, you know. But then they end up, having some character development, getting along, and starting to, go out and venture off into Tokyo and, different parts of Tokyo, fighting these demons. And, they will either, purify them, and, purify the people with, the special powers, or something would happen and it would cause them, or they would, you know, they would die, or they would, kill them. Somehow they would end up having to kill them. you know, then once they're back into a corner, they would have to kill them or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much that's it. I mean, that's pretty much the story, the main characters. Yeah, that's pretty much the main character. That's pretty much all of the characters. That's pretty much the premise of the story. Now, as far as what to expect of this, well, the genre, well, as far as I'm concerned, this is more of a action-packed adventure, seinen, genre, or the seinen with the seinen different demographic. But the thing is, it's not really a typical seinen. This is more of a I mean, yes, it does have some dark elements to it, quite a bit of dark elements, some tragedy. That's why I would label this as a seinen. And it also has blood and guts and gore and foul language. You got the main character Koichi. He's just dropping f bombs here and there. So yeah, this is definitely a mature show. I probably wouldn't recommend people under 17 watching this. Yeah, it's definitely not something that someone 17 or under should be watching because that's why it's a seinen. That's why I would personally classify this as a seinen. But it has that shonen lesson to it that love and friendship matters all at the end. So it has that shonen lesson to it, but it still has that seinen atmosphere. You know, so but yeah, this is definitely a I already talked about how influenced that this at least I think I mentioned how Japanese influence with the whole I guess symbolism, whatever you want to call it, and the meanings and the terms, the Japanese terms and all that stuff, the Japanese meanings and all that stuff. But yeah, it's pretty much it. They fight demons and purify them and pretty much I think the main core of the lesson that they tried to sell to us, the people who are watching this anime, that what is right, what is wrong. Do we really have the right to kill someone who? I mean, do we truly have? I mean, yeah, we can have the impulse to want to kill somebody who does harm to us or to someone we know or just someone in general. But is it the right? Is it truly the right thing? Is it something that I guess God or whoever higher being than you are would say, hey, that's okay to do. That's the kind of thing that's pretty much the main thing that they're trying to sell to you, the viewers that are watching the show. So yeah, but yeah, pretty much as far as how I liked it, I would say for my standards, it was slightly above average. It wasn't amazing, but it was good, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, that's pretty much it with the review. Yeah, I didn't have too much. I didn't have too much to say as I thought I did. I thought I had a lot more to say, but no, that's about it. But yeah, this is Jim George Baker, also known as the Anime Recruiter. And yeah, leave me a comment below if you think that this, if you've seen it, did you like it, did you hate it? Have you? And if you haven't seen it, are you going to plan on seeing it? Yeah, leave all that. Please, if you like, leave it. Drop some comments down below. Tell me what you think. And yeah, I'm Jim George Baker, and hopefully I'll have another anime review for you soon. And I'll catch you guys later.